Hi everyone, I'm Abby and welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations. Now last episode, we did some investigating and met Larry and had to prove his innocence and stuff like that. So yeah, gonna do more investigating today. I've left the Mass 2 investigation to Franziska and returned to Babel. I suppose my first order of business should be to look into Babel's statue. Mr. Edgeworth! It's okay. That's the situation. Oh, it's great. Investigating is so much fun. In other words, I made absolutely no progress. We weren't goofing off. Honest, sir. Investigating our hearts out. Very well, then. Would you care to give me an update on your investigation? Oh, we've had a really fun time, sir. I knew it. Zero progress. In any case, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir? You have permission to enter the Albastion embassy. Is that correct? Yep. As a local detective, I'm helping out with investigations on both sides, sir. Good. In that case, I can leave these pieces of evidence with you. They belong to the lady under the Pink Princess's mask. Pink Princess? What kind of lady was playing her, sir? The kind that was also playing the role of Pink Badger yesterday. Oh, understood, sir. If I happen to run into her, I'll give them back to her. And if I don't, then I guess I'll load them somewhere. Doesn't seem all that enthused to go find her, but I can't blame him. Now then, I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore either. What? Are you really going to throw that autograph away? Yes, because that Steel Samurai was a fake. Wait, what? What do you mean by fake? Now then, I believe it's time for a little housekeeping. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. There's a sign here warning passerbys to take precautions around this renovation site. They're really going all out, huh? There's construction going on everywhere. I believe Ambassador Polino said it was to attract more tourists and visitors. What can they do with the new stuff they're building? Hey, what do you think they should do, Mr. Edgeworth? How about transforming it into a courthouse? Hey, be serious. But I was being serious. So you're back now, are you, Mr. Edgeworth? You must be tired. Here are these you can eat at whatever you'd like. And these are... Let's cut tickets for our cafeteria. They open tomorrow at 10 in the morning. I appreciate the concern. However, these coupons do nothing for me right now. This open air stage. What function does it serve exactly? Well, normally used for a variety of events. Thought to attract an extra bit of attention to Babel. I heard that tonight, over the Albastion Rose Garden, Ambassador Alba is to give a speech. And you know what? Manny told me that I really should give a speech too. Mr. Cochin told you that? Yes, he did. Which is why I thought I should give a speech on my own. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to. Because of the fire the Yatagarasu started. Exactly. Ambassador Polino, I'd like to ask you a little more about the primitive statues. Oh, I see. Well, let me ask you this. Did you know that Alabasta and Babel used to be one country called Codapia? Yes, I know that much about your history. Well, the primitive statue belonged to the founders of Codapia. At least, that's how the story goes. It was bequeathed onto the king of Codapia as a symbol of the country's wealth. So it was meant as a symbol of sovereignty and the right to rule, I take it. Yes, that's right. Which is why both countries are so adamant about their claim. You hold the real statue, therefore we hold the right to rule, is the reasoning. It's pretty petty when you think about it, though, I suppose. But if Alabasta and Babel were to re-establish relations, shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling over the statue? I have no reason to believe so. Primitive statue was even more important now as a key to diplomacy. I wonder if Ambassador Polina knows about what has happened to this very important key to diplomacy. Perhaps I'll try showing him this key and see what he has to say about it. Ambassador Polino, there's just one thing I'd like to ask you about. Yes? Oh, and don't worry. You can ask me more than just one thing. How about 2 or 3? In exchange, expect to become into Babel, yes? Thank you, but just the one thing is all I require. Manny Koshin, I'd like to ask you about this man who was your secretary. Sure. I'll tell you what I know. Thank you for cooperation, Ambassador. He was, well, if I had to put it in one word, he was an able man. If there's anything I needed as an ambassador, he was able to get it for me. To think that a man like that had a hand in a smuggling ring right under my nose, going completely unnoticed. Actually, I suppose because he was an able man, I was unable to detect his dirty dealings. Sounds like Mr. Koshin had a very sharp mind. Recently, Manny had been really busy, as I became the Babelese representative at the Country Unification Council. He's been working tirelessly to cover my work for me. I'm sorry, but where is this Country Unification Council? Oh, well, you see, had tonight's events proceeded without a hitch. Our two countries were to reunify and become one again. And I guess with how things turned out, the dream won't be realized anytime soon. Suppose not. Yeah. Ambassador Polino, if you could please take a look at this for me. The primitive statue sitting in Albest right now actually belongs to Babel. So it would appear. I received a call from Miss Von Karma about this earlier. Then you will understand why I wish to inspect Babel's primitive statue immediately. Because the statue currently in your country's possession? Yes, well, I've already inspected it myself. And it's definitely Albest's statue. I know because it's the real statue. And you're saying that Babel's was a replica? I'm embarrassed to say it's true, even though I knew that someday it would be exposed. I received my orders from the leaders of Babel. I must negotiate with Master Al about this event. I must negotiate with him and fix the results of the evaluation tonight. See that we cannot determine which statue is the real one. Why are you telling me this? Well, because you already figured it out. Our statue is just a hollow gold shell. Even if Babel were to lose face, reunification of the country is what's important. I'm right in thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making a mistake, right? If you don't know yourself, then I won't pretend to know either. I never thought about being betrayed by my own secretary. The real symbol of wealth will be given to me. Isn't it simply ironic? Yeah. Mr. Edgeworth! Look like you're enjoying yourself, Detective. Well, there's not much else that I enjoy as much as a good investigation, sir. So, what did you find out? Ah, well... I take it he has found nothing of any particular use, as usual. Leave him alone. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I got something really interesting from Ambassador Polino. Oh? And what is this something interesting? This, sir. Wow, that's so pretty. I'm so jealous. It's a real treasure here. Why does the flame burn green, Detective? So apparently, if you burn the special wet crystal oil that they only make in Babel, it burns this green color, sir. Interesting. So it's a special property of the oil. Most is deployed to force people to visit Babel should the oil run out. It got me! They're about these silhouettes. They stuck some cutouts on the outside of the lantern so I'll project the images. Oh? Silhouettes, huh? They are rather pretty, aren't they? Wait, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be asking for an update on the investigation. Hey, what's wrong, sir? There's something I want you to investigate for me. Do you think you can do that much? Uh-huh. You got it, sir. Hey, that's not fair. Why is Gummy getting to do all the fun stuff? Ah, well, it's because I'm Mr. Edgeworth's partner. I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and stole my role as assistant. I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals on this. Hey, where are you going? Are you heading back to Albest? Yes, but before I do, I suppose I should give you a summary of what's happened. Oh, I see. There's been a murder in both countries using an object from the other country? That's the gist of it. Babel's just as strict as Albest. I mean, their inspection of people and things that enter their country. Meaning that somehow, both murder weapons were smuggled into the two countries. It's only logical conclusion that can be drawn. Perhaps the key to the weapon smuggling is a person who traversed both countries. You mean the fake Yatagarasu? In one way or another, the Yatagarasu is connected. Of this I am sure. Now then, where was the Yatagarasu first spotted? I believe it was the Rose Garden on the Albashan side of the embassy. The guard is just on the other side of this boundary. So Ambassador Alba is to give a speech tonight. At least, that's where I heard the Yatagarasu had appeared. In that case, I believe it's vital that I investigate the Rose Garden post-haste. Wait, before you go, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? I guess that's guitar pick. Picked it up just now over there. Do you think it'll be of any use? There's a little water on it, but how did the water get on it? It doesn't look like there's anything it could get wet from around here. I was thinking, they have concerts here at this open air station time to time, right? Alright, I'll find its owner later. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. Mr. Edgeworth, would you be willing to hold on to this? What is this? It's Missy's perfume. It's the bottle that woman left behind and that I found 7 years ago. Thought that one day we'd have some use in tracking her down. So I kept it safe all this time. Thank you. I'd be honored to hold on to it for you. Yeah. Kind of pretty here, isn't it? I think I'll be returning to the investigation at Albas now, but I know. I'll go back to Babel and do some more investigating there. It looks pretty, doesn't it? Very pretty. I see you're back, Miles Edgeworth. How are things in Babel? Although I can't really say I expect much from Scruffy and that girl. Investigation into Manikoshin's death hasn't really progressed any. However, the investigation into the Yatagarasu has. Ah, yes. The Yatagarasu. Even now, I find it hard to believe. A person who can freely traverse between the countries at will? Preposterous. Well, that's what I came here to investigate. I heard that this is where witnesses claim to have seen the Yatagarasu. That's correct. Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight here in Albast. And that's when the Yatagarasu appeared. A shadow of the mysterious thief appeared, and just as suddenly, it vanished. After that, there was the fire at Babel's embassy that the Yatagarasu started. I vowed that not a single feather from the Yatagarasu shall escape my diligence. Yeah. Have you finished checking out all the bystanders? Yes, sir. We found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 60 counts of illegal parking, and one person ran a light, sir. Don't tell me you didn't find out anything related to the case. Sir, not a single thing, sir. Well, for now, let's just get those other lawbreakers down to the precinct. Agent Ling? Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor, I would just like to thank you for your assistance earlier. Make no mistake, I felt like I was trying to help you with what I did. After I left, did you receive word from Master Alba? To wrap up a bodyguard assignment at the end of today. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. Yes, I can be so easily called away from this case after I've come this far. I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out screaming into the light. You're with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? You were working as Ambassador Alba's bodyguard at the time. So, naturally, you witnessed when the Yatagarasu appear, correct? Yeah, I saw the thief all right. My own 2 eyes. Yatagarasu was always there, lurking in the shadows. When the spotlights were turned on for Ambassador Alba's speech, a shadow appeared. That's when cries of "It's the Yatagarasu!" rang out. Next second, the spotlight went out. By the time we got the area lit again, the deft thief had vanished. We investigated afterwards, we found out the reason the lights went out? Because someone had unplugged the extension plug for all the outdoor electronics. Whether it was someone doing it on purpose, or simply a guest who had tripped over and we don't know. One thing is for certain. The Yatagarasu was here. So you're saying that basically all you saw was the thief's silhouette? Yes.
Objection!
If all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible that the shadow belonged to someone else. Good thinking, sis. This might be right. If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else with that same shape, or among the staff or the audience members. I mean, I've already done a thorough check of everyone, so I know I'm right. Someone else's shadow. Sounds like a plausible hypothesis. Eh. There are roses scattered on the surface of the water, creating a pleasant fragrance. It's not just for aesthetics. This pool's water is also used in putting out fires. I see. Oh. The pool stopped filling itself automatically. Fountain spouts are to stay open until the pool's water reaches a certain level. This water is used to put out fires. I suppose it must be refilled to its normal level. Just this pool was recently used somehow in this embassy. Guess I'll take some notes about it just in case. No! How dare you surprise me like that? I'm sorry. Oh, hey, Edgy. Thanks for what you did back there. Your gratitude alone is enough. More importantly, Larry, this pool's not for your personal enjoyment. I know that. Do you really think that I'm the type to just jump into a pool swim around for fun? Alright then. Did you by chance fall into the pool? Nice guess, but no dice. So you know my son, right, Edgy? Your son? I guess I kind of lost sight of him when I shook hands with the ambassador. And I'm pretty sure he was around here when I last saw him. You imbecile! How can you be so flippant at a time like this? What are you going to do if your son fell into the pool? How old is this child of yours anyway? Huh? Oh, how old is he again? Larry, this is the first I've heard of a son. Who exactly is the mother? The mother? Oh, that chick. The pink princess. The pink princess? Miss Von Karma, I was a bit confused by this man's words for a bit there. However, I believe what he's looking for is the doll of the Iron Infant. Yep, he's from the Steel Samurai through and through, heart and soul. And the Iron Infant is my cute little son. You have given a whole new meaning to the phrase, an astounding fool. Larry, we have not seen hide nor hair of the Iron Infant. Rest assured that if we should find him, we'll let you know. Now get out of there. Sounds good. In that case, I'll go search over there. Hey, wait! Well, sounds like we'll get very far swimming around in that pool. If those are related to the murders, he sure knows that cause a lot of trouble. The statue bears a resemblance to the Primidu statue. The leg says King Primidu on the battlefield. In order to save the queen, King Primidu put his life on the line and went to war. So Primidu is actually a person of royal blood? Thought he was simply someone imitating a character from an ancient legend. Well, what surprises me is that a real person like the Steel Samurai existed. I suppose there's that too. Statue of a woman. Wonder if the lady is pouring water. It says that it's a statue of the queen who spoke of love to King Primidu. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it seems that you are lousy at reading a woman's heart. I opened my mouth about a statue and she somehow made the leap to that. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu? I believe I figured out its true origin. I expected no less from my subordinate. Now let's see what you know on the subject. What really cast the shadow of the Yatagarasu?
Take that!
The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. Is it not possible it was created by the statue? Are you playing me for a fool, Miles Edgeworth? The statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of the Yatagarasu. You are correct. However, the statue is but one part of the whole picture. What do you mean by only one part? Where is the other part to the real form of the Yatagarasu shadow?
Take that!
It's another statue? The Yatagarasu shadow is made from the shadows of these two statues. Made? What do you mean by that? Right now, the spotlights are all over the place. It's because they were moved when the guests were in a panic state. However, if we were to restore the lights where they were when the thief appeared, you believe that the two shadows will create the Yatagarasu shadow? Precisely. Now then, watch as I reveal the true form of the Yatagarasu. First, we set up a spotlight to cast a shadow of King Primidu on the battlefield. And the shadow of the king's statue would appear on the backdrop of the stage. Likewise, we set a light up on the King Ween who spoke of love to King Primidu. Her silhouette would also appear on the backdrop to the stage. Aha! So if we were to combine the two shadows, it looks nothing like the Yatagarasu's shadow. Miles Edgeworth, how do you explain this grotesque shape? Calm down, Franziska. Where the light needs to be shown on the Queen's statue is wrong. What do you mean by that? I believe that the whole of the King's shadow needs to be used for this to work. However, in the case of the Queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. Rather, the person who created the shadow only used one part of her shadow. Only one part? Yes, and that part alone is enough to fill in the rest of the Yatagarasu's shadow. Why did you just say that in the first place? You're right, I apologize. Now, part of the Queen's statue was used to complete the Yatagarasu's shadow. Yeah, it would have to be her hand, because of the way it's spread out, her fingers.
Take that!
Think back to what is missing on our shadow. 5 long, thin areas, correct? Now, what does that remind you of? Ah! That's right. Can only be the shadow of the Queen's left hand. Franziska, please adjust the spotlight's position so that it only shines on the Queen's left hand. Alright, let's give it a try and see what we get. It's... Yeah, that's exactly like the shadow I saw. Culprit must have changed the spotlight's positioning beforehand. And they pulled the plug after people saw what the culprit wanted them to see. In a panic, Gus must have moved the spotlights around, which we can assume was also part of the culprit's plan. By the time the lights came back on, the Yatagarasu's shadow had vanished. It also means that the shadow was a construct from the very beginning. So you see, Yatagarasu never did visit Alabast tonight. The only country the thief visited was Babel, although it can be assumed. The Yatagarasu had an accomplice in Alabast. An accomplice? But who? I haven't figured that out yet, but I assume it was the person who set up the shadow show. I sense the biggest clue yet to solve in this case is the existence of this accomplice. Yeah. How's the investigation going? Detective Bat, come to join us in investigating the Yatagarasu? I've left the murder, Agent Ling's charge. My only target, from the very beginning, is Yatagarasu. So yes. So what have you found out? Write a piece of evidence. May I see it? Sure, but you might regret it. But here because we are ready to face whatever may come. So if you please. When people heard the commotion, bystanders started gathering. And one woman claimed, "I'm telling you, I'm a genuine international journalist." She gave me an interesting picture. A journalist? Well, actually, she's a freelance cameraman. This is the photo I got from her. What in the world? The Yatagarasu is flying through the air. At times, they are a-changing. It's not just man, but evidence. Even they lie to us now. When was this photo taken? Apparently, right after the fires, where the 4th and 5th floors were put out. It was taken from a nearby building that you can see the embassy from. I see. So this was taken after the fire. The blur in this picture took off from the Babylese embassy, flew over the boundary, and headed for the embassy of Alabast.
Objection!
This is simply not possible. People are incapable of flight. Is that a fact? I've had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once. Actually, come to think of it, I've come across a case like that as well. 2, actually. Maybe it happens more often than we think. We're up to the task of solving the mystery behind this photograph. While the Yatagarasu took off from the Babylese embassy, so start from there. Franziska, I need to return to the Babel investigation for a bit. Alright. Yeah. I'll continue investigating on this side of the building. Alright, counting on you. Welcome back, Mr. Edgeworth. Now come on, let's get back to our investigation. Yes, let's. Yeah. To think, after all that running around right back where we started. It would appear that way. Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Found Mandy's killer yet? I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Polina, but I've yet to find his killer. And I guess his murder really was the work of the Yatagarasu. Let's get one thing straight. It was the work of the fake Yatagarasu. The real Yatagarasu is a noble vigilante who's only out to steal the truth. Miss Faraday, you used to make such a sad face. If there's anything I can do for you, all I have to do is ask, alright? Mr. Polino. Actually, there is one thing you can do. Will you allow us to take another look around? I didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier. Oh, sure. Please feel free to investigate to your heart's content. Also, there are a few questions I'd like to ask you personally, Miss Ambassador. If it'll bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face, and I'll gladly answer anything. Thank you, Mr. Polino. You're a troll gentleman. You don't have to waste such nice words on me, little miss. Hey, Sir Polino. Those two sure got chummy awfully quickly. You know, it's easy to say we're going to investigate, but where should we begin? We should probably start by comparing the state of this room before and after the fire. And then we should look at the matter of the suspicious person you spotted. Yeah, when I came into this room, the person was already gone. Willing to bet that the person I was chasing is Mr. Crochet's killer. We don't know that yet. However, it's hard to believe that person is unrelated. Furthermore, because the kid the Yatagarasu stole 7 years ago was found here, Secret Surprise Miss Yu is also someone involved. I knew it. The woman is almost definitely Mr. Crochet's killer. Yet again, we don't know that. There are too many mysteries to be solved here. Speaking of the Yatagarasu and mysteries, I received a most mysterious photo from Detective Bad. Uncle Bad? He's taking part in the investigation too? Yes, he's been chasing after the Yatagarasu for all these years. Uncle Bad. Now then, I was told this photo was taken just after the fire. What? This kind of looks like the person in the long coat I was chasing. Does this mean that I was chasing the fake Yatagarasu after all? I don't know the answer to your question, but I don't think people can fly either. This could be how the person escaped. Well, I'll need to investigate a bit more if we can say anything about that. In any case, let's not dawdle anymore and pick up our investigation where we left off. Yeah, and I'll stop this here. Yeah. Yeah, quite the conundrum, isn't it? I mean, Lot is kind of in the background taking the picture, and you have a bunch of mysteries to solve, and yeah, it's kind of crazy. It will all come together in the end, but it'll be a little while before we reach there. So yeah, thanks for watching. Feel free to like and comment and subscribe. Check out my Twitch and Ko-Fi and Twitter/X. And next episode we'll be finishing the third part, so yeah. Still have a few more episodes to go before this game's finished. So I hope you join me for that, and peace off.